It just so happens that everybody wants a hottie at 10. A real bombshell of a woman. But the problem is, because everybody wants one, there's not enough to go around. And technically, they get approached about, 80 times per day? And it annoys the hell out of them, okay? Most guys don't know what works with women. They're nice, they're wussbags, they're clingy, and they all want the really beautiful women. And it doesn't work because they have nothing to offer in terms of value, personality, and women just get annoyed, okay? And that's one of those reasons why, hotties have an extremely high bitch yield. And you're just not going to get her attention, but everybody's just kind of trying to get her attention by, just playing hard to get, by like ignoring her, or, hoping that, she might catch your attention, that, you're not interested in her, or you kind of trying to blast through the bitch yield, and stuff. And it works, okay? But there's another very, very dirty way of doing it, okay? And I discovered it was a couple of years ago when I asked myself one big question. What's the one thing, if I could pick only one thing that has worked with women for years and years and years, what would it be? What is it? And it's really simple. The one thing that's always worked with women is being a jerk. Being a little bit of an asshole. Okay? And I'm not trying to complicate the dating game by coming up with a gazillion new techniques and some super system that will work all the time, by making it sound really complicated. I like to go back to the basic and just keep it simple. And there's one thing that works really, really well with these kinds of women. And it really is being a jerk. I mean, really, just be a jerk. And I'm not going to tell you how to do this, because the key here is not to be a jerk the long run, but you need to get her attention. But she's not going to give you the time of the day, because she knows that when some guy opens his mouth and talks to her, there's a 99.9% chance he's going to be exactly like all the other guys she's met before. Okay? They either waste her time, want to buy her drinks, or just kind of appear to be interesting in the beginning, but then just fade off once they're dating. Okay? And it really pisses them off. So here's one thing that will get you the attention of a woman all the time, without throwing things at her and stuff. And it works really well with especially hot women, okay? But I gotta warn you though, you should only use this if you're much more advanced in this game, okay? Know how to deal with these women. And I don't advise to be a jerk or an asshole in the long run. But again, you're at the beginning of the game plan, okay? You want to go through the game plan as you normally would. But the difference is in the beginning. You got to approach it in a very different way if you want a high success rate with really hot women. And there's one way of doing it. The thing is, it works really well on those kind of women who know they're really hot and attractive and every guy wants them, okay? So the key is to appear really different. And all you do is you press the right buttons. And here's something that works all the time. What you do is, when she's walking past, you just say, "Hey, you know what? You really suck." You just walk past and then say hi. Those are really bad manners, you know that? And she's going to be like, "What? What? What? A jerk talking to me." And the thing is, her bitch shield is not going to react, okay? Because it's not a test. Because basically you just told her, "You know what? You really suck." She's going to be like, "What?" You got to try this to actually see what's happening, because the bitch shield doesn't come up, okay? She doesn't even think about giving you a cold shoulder or testing you. Think, "Oh, let's see if this is another nice guy trying to waste my time," because you're kind of skipping that stage. So when you say, "You know what? You really suck," you just walk past and even say hi. Those are really bad manners, you know that? And then she's going to be like, what? And then you just say, forget about it. How you doing? Okay? You go from one stage to the other, just like that, okay? You don't need to convince her that she's a really bad person, okay? You don't need to talk about why she's such an arrogant bitch, okay? The key is to get the attention, but a little, hey, and did you know that blah, 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 can work, but there's a much better way of doing it. You just go to the other extreme. Hey, you know what? You really suck. You just walk past and even smile. Those are really bad manners. And she's gonna be like, what? I'm like, and you're like, anyway, forget about it. How you doing? Blah, blah, blah. Okay? Then you can continue. The key is, be a jerk to get her attention. And out there, it works every single time. Go try it. Okay, I'll think I'll owe you that much. Since I've been teaching you how to get a girl, you also got to know how to get rid of them if you don't like them that much. And this happened to me a lot when, I just wanted to see a woman, how she looked like naked, okay? But I wasn't really interested in having a relationship and stuff, so, went to my place, we had fun, and then next morning you wake up and then you decide, well, it was fun, but thanks, but no thanks, okay? And so you need to know certain ways how to get rid of a woman permanently, all right? Because trust me, the last thing you want is a woman stalking you, okay? Now you might think this shit is funny, but look, if you become a real man, that kind of man that women really want, they're not going to let you go that easily. No, really, if you pick them up, if you rush through that game plan in a short amount of time, they're going to think like you're it, okay? They're going to think like, wow, he's really hot, interesting. So they're going to tell all their girlfriends that they met this really nice guy, and then they're going to ask, so are you going out with each other? Blah, blah, and she's going to be like, well, I don't know yet, blah, blah, blah. But he seems nice, okay? And then you're going to be like, well, god damn it, I just wanted to have some fun, okay? So I'll give you a couple lines that you can use to kind of ease that problem and make it go away real quick. You don't need to be an asshole, but you got to be honest, all right? And what I always use, okay, that's a really cool one, is you just say, look, I think you're really cute, but let's just be friends instead, okay? Yeah, it works. It really works. But the one that works even better is when you just wake up the next morning and say, oh, man, I got a confession to make. I kind of got a girlfriend. And she's going to be like, what? Yeah, I don't think I should have done this. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, and then you get into an argument. She's trying to convince you that, yeah, well, but I'm more interesting and stuff. But they're kind of going to get scared, right? Because once they know that you already have a girlfriend, that girlfriend is going to get jealous and kind of start beating her up, right? So they're going to get scared, all right? So that kind of helps. But there's another one. There's the most honest one that you can use if you say, look, I think you're really nice and cute and stuff, but I don't think I'm ready for a long-term relationship. Or, I don't think we should get together. Now, she's going to say, but why not? Why not? And you say, well, I don't know, it just doesn't seem right. Okay? But they understand, okay? They're not gonna try to convince you 100 times, yeah, but, right? Because they're women, okay? You make the decision, they follow. Okay? But you can still say, yeah, look, I can still call you and stuff, blah, blah, blah. Okay, obviously you're not, but still. And this is one I used a couple times, okay? And you don't really need to use it, but I worked about 2 or 3 times. And it was like the morning after when I woke up at her place, obviously not at mine. And I just said, it always works when you were out in the clubbing or to a bar and you had a couple drinks, right? And when you wake up the next morning, all you say is, listen, I kind of have a confession to make. I'm actually gay. And you're going to be like, what? And then you go like, yeah, I'm actually gay. I just kind of wanted to try it out, but I don't think it's something for me. Again, trust me, they'll understand. And again, those are just some tricks that will help you along the way when you really have to beat women off with a stick. And trust me, once you get really good at this, it will happen. So you better get used to it. there is a big difference between just approaching a woman just for the sake of approaching and using your brain. Now, you got to understand that there is always a way in, okay? There's always a way to open that door, okay? You can either look for the key and open it or just break it in. And I've found over the years that obviously you can just be aggressive and just storm the front and just kick it in, okay? And yes, it does work, but there's a much better way of doing it, and it's using your brain. Gotta be smart. And this happened to me a couple months ago when there was a scenario where there was absolutely no way in. Okay, we just thought, man, this is not going to work. And you have to improvise, okay, because you don't want to slip an opportunity. You don't want an opportunity slip away. And so when you have a situation where you think, man, if I just storm in and just say something, just walk over, it may look awkward, it may not work. So just stay back and don't go in and think of something better that you could use, okay? Because I see a lot of guys who just see a woman and they go like, okay, let's go. Okay, and it's a good thing. But first of all, before you go in, use your brain, okay? First of all, think if there's a better way of going in smoothly. Better, more efficient, okay? Instead of just doing it the complete player way and just like, okay, let's go, and just walk over and just say something, okay? It's better than doing nothing. But try to use your brain a little bit more because you gotta be smooth, okay? Suave. Yeah, kind of James Bond style, okay? You're trying to reach the next level, so you gotta use your brain a bit more, okay? Now this happened to me a couple months ago when we thought there was no way in. There was absolutely no way in, and apart from just going over, just say something into their ear, and we kind of knew that it wasn't going to work, okay? So instead of just going over for the sake of approaching, we just stayed back and actually just reflected on the situation. And ask yourself, well, that doesn't have a high chance of success, so what else could we do? And the standard game plan did not really have an option for it because there were two girls standing right next to the speaker, okay? Because you couldn't really talk and it was really loud, and if you just walked over then it might seem really obvious. So we're like, damn, okay, what we doing? And he was like, yeah, well, I can offer her a drink. I'm like, yeah, you're right. So I was like, okay, well, look, here's what we're doing, okay? Because they got to go take a piss sometime. So what we do is we wait until they go to the toilet and come back. Because, there was like, I think a small table or something. And one of them had to go to the toilet at some point, right? So we just waited like 10, 15 minutes. And she walked over to the toilet, went to the bar, got a couple drinks, and came back. And on the way back, I just turned around and said, hey, come here for a second, okay? And she just came over and I said, well, look, why don't you get your friends to come over and join us? We're going to do a couple tequilas in a minute. If you're nice, you can buy us a couple drinks too, though, okay? And she's like, okay, then. So she walked over and got our friends to join us, okay? Now, what do I want to illustrate with this? First of all, you can tweak all my methods to your liking, okay? You don't need to follow them very strictly, okay? They're more like, they are a game plan, but you can tweak about. You can change certain things about, there's a bit here, but the basic fundamental is that the attraction, the comfort and trust, and the seduction state, they don't change, okay? And you can circumvent it, whatever. I just want to show you that you can tweak it, okay? If there is absolutely no way in, if you think there's no way in, apart from just going over and say something, and there might be a high chance of you just crashing and burning, okay? It's better to do it than do nothing at all, okay? But if you get this gut feeling, yeah, you know what I'm talking about, that it just doesn't seem right to just go over and say something like that, right? Obviously, you can only have that gut feeling if you're experienced, okay? I don't want you to get that gut feeling like everybody out there who's just scared of approaching, okay? Use your brain, okay? What would be a better way of sucking these girls in and get a conversation going, okay? This is a bit more advanced stuff, but there is always a way of breaking the ice and get a conversation going, okay? By just simply tweaking the game plan a little bit, okay? So if there's no way, use your brain first before you use your bronze. Alright? Somebody sent me an email recently with a question that I just have to answer, okay? And it's about speed dating and like flirt dating. I don't know what you might call it, right? It's one of those new age things that like singles like to do, and one of those events, like speed dating or speed flirting. I don't know what you call it. Basically, it's for singles who don't really know how to socialize or basically they're all a bit loserish, right? And what happens is it's like a singles party. Everybody goes to a singles party and kind of sits on a table, and then you have like 5 minutes to talk to each other, and then you move on to the next one, to the next one, to the next one, to the next one, right? So you get like loads of mini dates, okay? And somebody asked me if you should go to one of those parties, and because it's funny, because I think about 4 years ago, me and my buddy, we wanted to go to this club, okay? Because I think it was during the week or something, and then we were really bored, so we just went out, and then we walked into this club and didn't really know what was going on, and they told us it was like a speed flirting event, and we were like, what's that? And then and they were like, yeah, you'll see, it's free to go in. So we're like, oh hell yeah, right, free drinks. And so we just walked in, and it was all these weird pictures and those weird people and those little mini games going on, and it was like, well, what's going on here? And it had this big wall with your picture on it or something, and you could like, I don't know, you could put your number in your little pigeonhole or something. I had no idea, right? And me and my buddy were just like, what the hell is going on here, right? So we just got a couple drinks and had some fun, and then we just started talking to everybody, and absolutely nobody was really talking to each other. It was like everybody was really shy, and we're like, well, hold on a second, what's going on here? And until they just explained to us what happens, this place is for singles who don't really, who've been single for so long and like to meet new people. And then we're like, well, why not just go out and go like, to normal bars? Yeah, well, because they don't really do that, whatever, okay? And it was pathetic, okay? Now, first of all, please, please, please don't go to such an event, okay? Speed dating and speed flirting is for losers. And I'm not being an asshole, I'm not being a jerk, but I just want to tell you the truth that these events are full of losers, okay? It's full of these people who are not getting any, okay? It's not just guys, okay? It's women too. It's those kind of women you just don't want to hang out with because they're really, really boring and they're not hot. Because ask yourself, which woman in her right mind would actually go to a speed dating event if she gets hit on a lot, okay? Now, and just because you're a bit older is not an excuse to go to these events, okay? Because, look, if you're single, if you want to meet people, okay, you just don't go to speed dating events. You go out in the real world and meet people, because if you go to speed dating event, well, look, you see all these love stories and we found true happiness, and well, cool, but there's just two losers who found happiness. And I hate to talk in such terms, but look, do me a favor and try it out for yourself, okay? Then you come back and write me an email and say, Nick, you know what? You were right. It's a waste of time. Okay, now this is a very important topic because it affects us all. How many of you know what monogamy is? Okay, well, everybody knows what cheating is, right? Cheating in a relationship, yeah? And first of all, who has the power in a normal relationship, okay? What happens is a guy's sex drive will never diminish, okay? A woman's sex drive will at some point. And what do, okay? Are you going to beg for sex? And just look out there. I mean, there's lots of guys who are in a relationship and stuff, and they don't have as much sexual activity than they used to when they were dating a woman, okay? It will fade away. Now, it will only fade away when a woman kind of feels that it doesn't really bother you that much, okay? It's just because now we're talking relationship. I'm not a complete relationship expert, okay? But I know, how to do certain things. And first of all, there's one big thing that I need to explain, and it's the whole monogamy thing, and when it's kind of okay to cheat, okay? Because it's not technically cheating. Now, let's say you're in a relationship, okay? A normal relationship with a woman you like, and you see this other cute woman just, walking by, and you just feel this urge to kiss her, okay? You keep talking, whatever, and then after 10 minutes or so, you just steal a kiss. Now, is that cheating? Technically, yes. But the real question is it human? Now, obviously, if somebody jumps off a bridge, you're not going to do the same, okay? But you need to look at some stats first, because most people kind of cheat, okay? Monogamy, as the church is trying to promote, doesn't work, because what happens is monogamy means that you're going to be stuck with only one woman for the rest of your life, okay? And in my opinion, it doesn't really work, okay? In America, we get about, a divorce rate of I don't know how much, okay? It's more than 50%. Most marriages fail after 7 years. I'm not shitting you. Like, seriously, look it up. So you gotta ask yourself, well, hold on a second. Doesn't monogamy work? Why does it not work? And in my opinion, in most cases, marriages fail is because the guy just falls back into this nice guy that he was used to, okay? He doesn't do the things anymore that gets a woman attracted, etc., etc. Okay, that's why most marriages kind of fail. Okay, I know there's a lot of happy couples out there, but the majority of couples, they will split at some point in life, okay? And also, if you're dating, okay, if you find one woman and just keep her for the rest of your life, that would be monogamy, but you're dating a lot of girls. You're dating a lot of women. You're having loads of fun. You have lots of different partners. And that's not monogamy, okay? Now, when it comes to cheating, when is cheating okay? Now, this is a topic that's been debated a lot, and again, to lots of arguments with guys, okay? Because I have different opinions, and that's fine. Now, look, here's what I'm saying, okay? Take my advice or don't take it. It's up to you, okay? I don't blame you for it. But if you want to have a relationship, okay, you should tell a woman that you really don't believe in monogamy, okay? That this whole, okay, be married together till you die kind of thing doesn't really work in real life, okay? It might be a good idea, but technically it doesn't work. And if you have the woman of your dreams, you want to stay together for the rest of your life, and you don't want to cheat, hey, well, look, that's fine, okay? I'm not going to convince you otherwise. But if you are in a relationship and you do want to have some casual fun, okay? A kiss here, or a little titty grab there, okay? Is that cheating or not? And, well, technically it is, but because monogamy doesn't work, if you just want to do it, then do it, okay? The only time when I think you are cheating is when you are seeing a woman, okay, and you're seeing somebody else on the side, but you don't tell them. You don't tell each other that you're actually seeing somebody else as well, like having a real relationship, okay? What you should do is, if you say you don't believe in monogamy, very early on, okay, then that kind of makes it okay, okay? You're just laying down the law, okay? But if you actually, the problem is when you actually tell a woman that, look, I'm seeing this other woman too, then she'll get jealous, okay? And if you do that, well, you know what happens, okay? But as a general rule, look, we're guys, okay? And if you just want to have some fun, do it. But if you, here's the biggest trap, okay? Let's say you have a meaningful relationship, okay? It's all going well, and all along comes this other woman, and you just have a one-night stand, okay? You just do, okay? We're guys, okay? We do that sometimes, okay? Now, let's say you were in a real relationship, and you didn't tell her you believe in monogamy, and you feel really guilty, okay? It happens. You feel really guilty afterwards, right? It somehow you feel like you betrayed her and stuff, okay? And then the stupidest thing you could do is tell her what you did, okay? Now, it's a nice thing to do, but not doing nice things is never really a good idea, okay? Now, I hate to tell you this, but you got to take this to the grave, man. That's it. If you tell her, you will ruin a perfectly happy relationship, okay? And what you got to understand is that cheating happens. Cheating is something that people do. It doesn't mean that you need to be an asshole and go around like just, fucking lots of other girls behind her back, okay? That's not what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is if you just want to kiss a woman, I mean, for God's sake, just do it, okay? But don't make a big deal out of it, okay? That's the key here, because another thing is that, well, monogamy doesn't work, and it's a fact, okay? But we've been conditioned by the church, by TV, Hollywood, whatever, that it's the right thing to do and cheating is bad, okay? Now, I only think that cheating is really bad when, A, you didn't tell a woman that you don't believe in monogamy in the beginning, okay? You didn't lay down the law, and you were too chicken to tell a woman that once you said you didn't believe in monogamy, that there's somebody else in your life, okay? Now, I used to do that. Now, look, I many years ago, I had 3 girlfriends, right? And I told them that I had other girlfriends. I was seeing them, right? And they were like, well, but I don't want to be number 3. Why are you not seeing me more, okay? If you lay down the law perfectly, you'll understand, okay? The problem becomes when you treat a woman like it is your only relationship and you're happy, and then you start seeing somebody else like long term, okay? But you didn't tell him. You didn't tell her that you're seeing somebody else like her long term, because then she assumes that she's going to be the only one, blah, 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 blah. So you've got to be man enough to tell her, okay? But I'm not talking about cheating in a sense of having some like one-off fun, okay? I think that's cool, because we're guys, and look, shit happens, okay? You can blame it on alcohol, you can blame it on your genes, on your hormones, whatever, but look, if you want to ruin a perfectly happy relationship, as a rule, if you feel guilty, if you do tell her, it will crumble, okay? So, hey, you got to take it to the grave, man, because in reality, you're much better off that way. There will come one fateful day when that woman you've been seeing for a while will tell you, I want you to meet my parents. Okay? Now at that stage, you know that she really likes you, and then things are kind of getting serious and blah, blah, blah. Okay? And look, the last thing you want to do is mess it up with her parents, okay? But there's some tricks that you can use to make her parents really like you if that's what you think is the woman of your dreams or whatever, okay? And basically what you do is you do the complete opposite that you did to attract the woman of your dreams, okay? Now, you all seen the movie Meet the Parents, right? Gail or Fucker? Yeah, that one. And if you remember that movie, everything just, goes to shits, okay? And that's not what you want to do. And here's some little tricks that you can use to make her parents absolutely love you, right? And basically what you do is you just turn into a nice guy, okay? Now, I know it sucks, okay? But it's what works. What you gotta do is you gotta be really, really nice with the dad, right? You be really, not whiskey, right? But like, kind of really nice and respectful and stuff. And when it comes to the mom, well, just firing little attraction, right? Just tiny bit, right? But not too much. You can't be a jerk. You can't be an asshole. You just can be a little bit, a little bit cocky, right? Just a little touch, okay? And then she'll think you're really interesting and nice and stuff. But because what you got to understand is you're not trying to attract the parents. You're trying to have a nice guy image, okay? That's not what I've been trying to teach you when it comes to women, attracting women, okay? Because when it comes to parents, all you got to do is be nice. And I know it sucks and it's not what we all believe in, but when it comes to meeting the parents, okay, you got to be nice. And the funny thing is, It really works, okay? But once you're out of the house and you're talking like, you with your girl again, with your woman, you can turn back, okay? You go, wow, what a time. I think I've been really nice. I think I deserve something. Yeah? Or like, oh, finally I can be bad again, okay? So there's like two worlds. If you meet your family or parents, whatever, be nice, be respectful, whatever. Like, be really, not like a wuss bag, okay? But just, sort of, okay? But when you're back with your girl, change the image again, okay? No, it sucks, but hey, at some point in your life, you got to do it. So you better be prepared. In this last segment, I just want to go over the most common problems guys have and how to solve them, okay? Welcome to troubleshooting. The first problem that guys will encounter is that they can't approach, okay? They're scared, they hesitate, they just can't jump over their shadow and approach a woman and say something, okay? Something is keeping them from approaching. They're just not doing anything and they freeze on the spot. And I got an email the other day from a guy who said, look, whatever it is I do, I just can't approach. Can you help me? And, well, to make it easy for you, most guys who can't approach fail to understand why it actually happens to them. So here's the actual explanation in a nutshell of why you hesitate or might be a bit scared of approaching. I think I covered this a lot in this series because you don't want to get your ego bruised. And here's the way you can overcome this, okay? I mean, this is as simple as it gets. A, you need experience. You're scared because you don't know what will happen. You don't know what the outcome will be. So you're all tapping in the dark. You don't see a light. You don't know what will happen. So you're just walking in the dark and you don't know what will come at you. Okay, that's why you're nervous, okay? Because you've probably never done it a lot of times, so you don't know how you'll react, okay? This problem will be solved once you go out there and get a lot of experience, okay? And take baby steps. But you can only do this if you got this. Balls. Cojones. Confidence. And look, there's no way around this. At some point, you just have to jump in. Gotta jump into cold water and swim with the sharks instead of just being a bystander, okay? Because if you want to be a bystander, you will be a bystander for the rest of your life, okay? So, well, to make it easy for you, look, I had to do it. Everybody else had to do it. If you've never approached a woman, you just got to do it, okay? You've got to make your mistakes to learn, okay? There's no easy way. But put it this way. Because it's not so easy, it will keep a lot of guys from doing it, okay? They'll only do it when they're drunk and got their fake confidence up, okay? That's why you will have such an advantage, because you will not only know the correct way in which direction to go, but actually gain that experience to know what will happen and develop your self-confidence by leaps and bounds. The second question guys always have after I told them how to, well, the solution to approaching women is, well, okay, well, so how do I get more confidence? How do I gain more self-confidence like that? Well, look, you must understand the nature of being confident. First of all, when it comes to women, once you know that you're not a wussbag anymore, once you know that you're not seen as a nice guy anymore, but more of a real man, an alpha male, that will create shitloads of confidence, okay? Because you know that women don't see you as this guy they're not attracted to anymore, okay? You can attract women by whatever it is you're doing, my techniques, attraction spikes, whatever, okay? Play hard to get, be cocky, funny, be arrogant, etc. That will attract women. So if you're on your way of becoming a real alpha male, a real man, the man women want, that will create a lot of confidence because you have something in your pocket that you'll know will get you a lot of women. Whereas other guys, well, they don't, okay? So you have a big advantage and that gives you lots of confidence. And the other one is that you need to find a balance in your life, because confidence, you don't just get confidence by being good with women. It comes from lots of other sources. Being good at whatever it is you do at your job, having a balanced lifestyle, be healthy, do a sport, okay, have fun besides picking out women, okay. You need to have genuine confidence. Genuine confidence, not fake confidence. Not just going to the gym and be a meathead. You know, do stuff that you like and you're good at and get your confidence from there. You're good at bowling. You're good at pool. You're good at a sport, okay? That's where you get a lot of confidence. So there's two sources. Being good with women itself, being on your way to becoming a real man, and having a balanced lifestyle where both sources will flow and make up what's called genuine confidence, okay? So don't just work on being good with women, work on your other areas of your life as well. That's how you become really confident and makes that fear of rejection and hesitation go away. The questions I get asked about a gazillion times per day is, a guy has met a woman at a party, on the street, wherever, got a number, and didn't get anywhere after that. Okay? Oh yeah, hey Nick, I met this girl last week. I got a number, but she didn't reply. What did I do wrong? Or how can I get this girl? Whatever. Okay? So look, I'm not even going to cover how you can get that girl. Okay? That's what I'm trying to do for the last hour. I don't know how many hours. But let's say you tried to get a girl, and now you're stuck. You got a number, but she doesn't reply back. Why? Well, look. There's two scenarios that can happen. You try to do it the wussbag way. Okay? You approach a woman, use the lame pickup line, or you just try to jump into the getting to know each other phase right away with no attraction. So what happens? You start using, so what's your name? What do you do? Oh yeah, great. There's no attraction. You're just trying to be interesting without having created attraction, okay? Can't do that. Gotta have attraction first. So when you do this way, going to getting to know each other right away, you'll get a fake number. Why? Well, she's not attracted to you. Why would she give you her number? Okay? That's the first one. So there's a high chance that she wasn't even interested in you in the first place. No attraction, right? She didn't think you were hot. Second scenario is you did get a real number, but she's not interested anymore. Why? Well, look, you may have created attraction, but you didn't make it stick. If you build on attraction, you will be able to get a number, okay? You may be able to get a real number too. But it's like a joke. It's like funny for the moment. It's funny when you're there and you tell it. She's getting attracted while you're there, while you're talking to her, while you are there. But you got a number and the attraction didn't stick. So once you call her up, she may have changed her mind. Oh yeah, this guy, I thought it was funny that time, but well, I don't really know him, so nah. No comfort, no trust. You got to make attraction first, and you got to make it stick by going into the getting to know each other phase, and that's where you take the number. But only once you've already set up the date or make hints towards the date. Hey, what you doing tomorrow? Okay, let's trade numbers anyway. That's the way to do it. Another question I get all the goddamn time is from guys who go like, hey Nick, I've met this woman, I've known her for like many, many weeks, blah, blah, blah. And now I kind of want more. How can I ask her out? How can I make sure that she's going out with me? How can I get her? Well, well, look. First of all, there's a high chance that you've become a friend. Okay, if you're trying to get a woman for so long, there's a high chance that you're not going to get her, because look at the game plan. How long does it take to have attraction, getting to know each other, and then to seduction stage? Okay, now, in those cases, those guys have never ever gotten to the seduction stage. They think, they really think that they did create attraction, and getting to know each other phase is like this big, okay? Lots of comfort, lots of trust, but the problem is there's no attraction there, yeah? So, in real life, they never get to the seduction stage where you get like a kiss or, you know, you get physical. That doesn't happen. So the question really is, how do you change a woman's mind once she has made it up? Once she knows she's not attracted to you, how do you change that? Well, look, I get it all the time. She told me that I'm a nice friend, but now I want more. How do I do that? Look, you can't. Okay? I know this is hard to accept, but look, once a woman has made up her mind, in 99% of the times, okay? Well, no, let's say 100 to make it easy. It's not going to work because she knows you're a wuss. Yeah? You can't change your image like that. It doesn't work. It takes like years. Okay? Look, you know a guy and you think he's an idiot. Okay? You've known him for like many years. You're just going to think otherwise overnight. Well, of course not. Same with that example. If a guy screwed it up, okay, and he says, well, look, I want more. If you've been out with that woman on many dates, you got a lot of hugs, you talked about men and how evil they are and how what kind of jerks she's met, blah, 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 and she's basically pouring out her heart and stuff, and you meet her, you text her a lot, you're on the phone a lot, blah, 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 for many weeks now, well, look, you're not going to get her. She sees you as a friend and not as a lover, okay? You're never going to get to the boyfriend material, ever, okay? So just forget about it. Do what you can to improve right now and forget that woman, move on to the next one, okay? It's hard to accept, but it's the only way that you're going to advance, okay? Another big problem guys have is when they get over themselves and actually do approach a woman, but then they screw it up. Okay, I got this guy who, I don't know how many emails he sent me. He says, look, I can approach a woman and blah, 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 and I think I'm doing well, but after a couple minutes, I just screw it up. Like, literally, they just walk away. What am I doing wrong? And it's not the attraction. You might know how to create attraction, but it's your whole 93% of what you communicate, okay? What you can't hear, but what you see. And basically, there's a couple pointers, okay? You're still a rookie. If that happens, if you still screw it up in the beginning, you can get over yourself and approach and say something, but then you just screw it up. Well, look, you're just not experienced enough, and it will come. So here's a couple pointers I'm trying to get across. First of all, don't stutter. Would you like, blah, 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 right? Not attractive. They don't like guys who stutter. Makes you appear really, well, not confident, not attractive, not sexy. Second one is you talk way too fast. Hey guys, did you know that women can only put on mascara, blah, 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 blah? Yeah? Nah. Way too fast. Chill. What did I tell you about inserting pauses and buffers? Hey guys, listen. Is it true? Pause. That women, blah, blah, blah. Right? You get the point. Another one is you're not leading. It's a guy's job to lead and make the decisions which direction he wants to go, okay? You can't just stand there and say, yeah, well, okay, so how you doing? For the second time. Yeah? It will feel awkward. She expects you to do something, okay? She's not gonna ask you for a number. Okay? It's your job to go for the number and either go for the kiss, go for the date, go for the number, whatever. She's not gonna initiate anything, okay? If you're not leading the conversation, she will leave because she's getting annoyed. So that's what the game plan is for. You need to know all these steps so you don't get stuck, okay? She expects you to lead. She actually expects you to go through these stages to agree on giving you her number or agree to meet you again, right? Or let you kiss her, okay? So make sure you do it. Another one is you break eye contact. You're looking on the floor. You look away. You can't look her in the eyes, right? Now a little trick is just lower your head a little bit and look up, okay? Instead of like this or like this. It creates a lot of attraction if you like go down and look a bit up, okay? It's a slick trick of creating some attraction to come across as cocky and a bit arrogant, okay? It works, okay? Just look a bit up. Yeah, it does work. Another one is you use your hands a lot, right? You know, like an Italian. Yeah, mamma mia, right? Nah. Don't do that. Just be chill, right? Hey, so how you doing? Yeah, really? Cool. Yeah? Nothing can shake you up, okay? Because if you do this a lot, I found it makes you appear a little nervous, okay? Because you want to be relaxed, laid back, and chilled out, okay? Secure, confident, yeah? Like this rock in water. Nothing can shake you up and put you off balance, okay? Because you want to appear as an alpha male. And another big one is that, well, that's probably the biggest one if you fall for tricks. You know, if she says, oh, but I don't have a number, why don't you give me yours? And you say, okay. If you actually do that, look, you're dead meat, so don't do it. So those are the pointers that will help you deal with that particular problem. And I think it works a lot. So most of the times you're not aware of what you're doing because it has to do with very subtle things. You talk too fast, you look on the floor, look away, you stutter and mumble, and you're nervous. It comes across, but you can't be nervous, and it's hard to tell if your heart is beating and you're just trying to get it over with. It's a lot of things that you gotta be aware of, okay? And have a buddy observe you once you do it, and then he's gonna tell you what you're doing wrong, because most of the times you don't even know if you're moving your hands a lot, or you're staring on the floor, or whatever, okay? So make sure you pay close attention of what you communicate. Not what you say, but what you can see. What people can see when you say something, okay? That's a big part. So fix it. If you still think that women see you as a nice guy because they tell you they just want to be friends with you, then you have a serious problem. And I don't want to cover this a lot because I've covered this in all my other programs. And if you haven't read my books or had a look at my other programs, you got to do this. You got to fix this. If you are still a wuss bag, a nice guy, a clingy guy who makes all these mistakes that women hate, you got to sort it out. So look, you got to know how to create attraction first, right? Look, you got to be cocky, okay? You got to make decisions. You can't take women out to dinner dates or cinemas or restaurants and pay for it because it kills the attraction, yeah? It doesn't make a woman feel that gut level emotion of, well, attraction, yeah? A woman will only follow if you lead. If you don't lead, you have a woman who wants to follow but can't, so she will go away. She will leave, yeah? If you never lay down the law, right? If you don't have your own rules and just do whatever you think is right, okay, you have a serious problem too. You tell a woman that you like her very early on. You tell her you love her really quickly. I mean, that's a clear sign of you being still a wuss bag, okay? Now, I don't want to cover this a lot because I've covered this so many times already, how to create attraction, how to become a bad boy, and, if you don't develop a little bit of an ego and self-respect, okay, you got to do it now. Because this is the biggest problem guys have in the beginning, and you need to fix this now. So if you still feel that women don't get as much attracted to you as they could, okay, if they still see you as a nice guy, okay, go back, get my ebook, read it again, and sort out this problem right now. A big issue newer guys have is an argument which is based on, look, I don't want to be somebody else. I want to be myself, okay? And yeah, that's cool. But look, you have a guy who has always been just friends with women, and I tell him, look, this is what you got to do. And his counter argument is, yeah, well, look, that's all cool. It might work, but I don't want to change, okay? I don't want to be somebody else. Now, well, look, that's fine. You don't need to be somebody else. But here's what I'm saying. If you don't do something different than you've done in the past, you will always get what you got in the past. Yeah? If you suck with women and you just want to be yourself, then you will always suck with women, okay? Now, this may sound harsh, but that's the truth. There's a big difference between faking something, trying to be somebody else that you don't want to be, and improving yourself to be better than you already are. Because if you really suck with women. You just don't get it. Women are not attracted to you, and you just want to keep being that person. Then, well, look, that's fine, but don't expect anything to happen. Like, no miracles will happen, and women will be suddenly attracted to you. It's not going to happen. You need to know what women are attracted to and improve yourself to get to that stage, because that's the shittiest argument I've ever heard. I don't want to change. I'd rather be myself and do it my way. Well, look, do it your way. Has your way worked? No. So, well, it might be time to try something better. No? All right, then. Everybody falls in love once in a while. The difference between those guys who fall in love and can keep that woman and those guys who fall in love and lose the woman is very, very small. Because those guys who fall in love and lose the woman are those ones that tell her very early on. Look, if you like a woman, you think that's her, okay? You got to keep it to yourself. Because you can't reveal your cards to women just like that. Because then you become boring, okay? It creeps them out. If you meet a woman, you attracted her, you're on a date, and you just blurt out, I think I fell in love with you. Trust me, they will run, okay? They don't want you to say that because it makes you appear so unattractive. It's incredible. Now look, even though you feel that way, don't do it, yeah? Here's, as a general rule, only tell a woman that you really like her and that you love her after a couple months, okay? Everything before that will screw it up for you. Now look, I'm not making this shit up. This is based on experience, okay? Now, if you want to tell a woman that you really like her, you fell in love, and blah, 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 after like 2 weeks, well, go ahead and do it. And see for yourself if it creeps her out or make her attracted to you, okay? Because look, you got to keep the attraction up. You don't want to kill it. And you're still dating, okay? You're not in a long-term relationship, okay? A woman wants to know if you like her or not, but she doesn't really want you to reveal your cards like that and say, look, I really like you, I think I fell in love with you, I'm going to marry you, right? Trust me, if you do that, they'll run. So don't do it.